Today I'm with Adam McBride at Milltech Precision Engineering. Now we're standing in front of a Matsuura H.Plus-300 machine. Now this is a real beast, a real workhorse of a machine, a horizontal machine with 35 pallets, is that right?
I believe so,
35 pallets, 180 tools. This machine is geared, well, as Matsuura say, it's a bit like a vending machine. It is here to make parts 24/7. But I think what's interesting about this piece I'm going to talk to Adam about is about how you assess what you're getting out of it. And that's really one of the things you've been focusing on, isn't it?
That's
now, what do you use when it comes to the software, and what does it give you to enable us to see how good these machines are? Could you maybe explain?
Yep, so Matsuura has the RiMM software, the remote machine monitoring software, and with that we have greater visibility of what the machine is doing 24/7, and that allows us to increase our productivity, assess our downtime to find out, if a tool breaks out of hours, is there anything that can be done in order to increase our production?
So we will have a look at this software in a minute on the screen, but before we do that, let's talk about what it has done for you. Let's talk about the results that it's shown you, because these machines are great and we talk about how they keep running unmanned, but digging into the detail, you've actually found out where you can even make even better improvements, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what's it taught you?
So we have increased our productivity by around 10% since we have been monitoring the data, and that's by looking at our tool breakages, identifying which tools break and when, and if there's any reason. So, for example, the machining program itself, we've made adaptations to that to ensure that the tools run a lot better. We have also set up an email system so that if a tool breaks or if there's an alarm on the machine, we get that sent directly, which has really reduced our downtime to around 7% at the moment.
Now, the costs of the increase in production, you say 10%, is one thing, but what about the costs saved by maybe not having so many tool breakages? Have you saved on tooling as well? So there's more savings to be had than just the increase in productivity?
That's correct, yeah. So as you can see, these machines obviously have quite a lot of tools. So to monitor that previously was, a bit of a little bit of a headache. But the machine software is really, really good at pointing out which tools are breaking and allows you to adapt to that before.
And how do you quantify then this 10%? What does that mean in real-time savings, hours of uptime, monetary value? How do you go about assessing and then turning that into a monetary terms?
So we have looked across both of our machines, and so we were on about 83% before we started monitoring.
And that's 83% of that spindle turning out of a 24/7.
That's 24/7. Yeah, out of 24/7 across two machines. And just by sort of monitoring that, we have been able to, assess what our downtime is, speak to our machinists, and they've been able to sort of, assess when is a better time for setting a machine, perhaps, or when, what sort of program should be loaded on at the end of the day to ensure we've got the most productivity 24 hours a day.
That's all been told through the RiMM's software.
That's correct.
You're at, say, 93 now. Is there an opportunity to go up to 95, 96, 97, or even higher than that in terms of the uptime?
Absolutely, yeah. We're definitely looking to...
So the journey's not finished yet with it?
The journey's never finished. No, we're always looking to make further improvements and to, just to get the most value for money out of these machines.
Okay, let's have a quick look at the software.
Let's do that.
So let's go from the start then, Adam. Talk me through what we're seeing here on the screen.
So here we can see a 24-hour period from our Matsuura machines. We can see that it has been running for 99.72% of the time, and these yellow lines here indicate to us times when the machine is either not running, or alternatively times when there may be alarms which will appear in red. So by looking at this data, we can really...
So what's the yellow lines on there then? What happened?
So the yellow lines here are when the machine stopped. So that could be stopped for possibly reloading the machine or setting, or some sort of alarm.
we spoke about the 93%. Now you're running at 99.7. So this is higher than your average, is it? So I'm assuming somewhere along the line there's going to be an 82, 83 to bring you in at that 93% mark. Okay, could you maybe then talk us through some of the other pages that you have on here?
Yep, so we also have a tools sheet. So from here we can identify all the tools in our machine, assess whether they have expired or not, and take any actions that we need.
And what does an expiry mean? That it's overstayed its welcome on that job, essentially?
That's right. So the tool has obviously worn itself out, so the tool will need to be replaced at a convenient moment. But the system does also allow for automatic tool ordering as well, I believe.
So it might now change tool 1 to tool 129 because it knows it's an identical tool, and then it'll bring that one into play, and then you'll change tool 1 at some point when it's convenient. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Just to further minimise our downtime and obviously pass the benefits off.
And what dictates when tool 1 goes to red?
So the software is actually quite intuitive. It actually works it out itself. So if the tool has expired, it tells you how much is left in the tool, and it will look at on a per drawing or per program basis. So it will know last time the tool got used X amount, and it will factor that in so that you've always got the tools for the job. Interesting.
Right, then the pallets. Let's have a look at the pallets.
Yes. So so this shows us our current pallet and our next pallet, and how full they are, what their current runtime is, and when they're predicted to finish.
How would you have done all this before this software? It would have just been by what you think is the right time to change and do things?
That is correct, yeah. Or it would be based on the machine, the machinist knowing, the intricacies of
So you're reliant on an operator as opposed to now you've automated. The machine's automated, but this is automating one step further, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah. So.
I know there's lots more areas here, and if people are interested, they can talk to Matsuura directly about this software. Let's just conclude this now by maybe talking about where the savings are. They're really not just for you, they're for your customer as well, aren't they? Because it means that you've got this machine running the ultimate amount of time you can to really cut costs for you and then potentially savings for your customer.
That is exactly it, yeah. The more productivity and efficiency we can get out of our machines, the better better position our businesses in to support our customers and help them drive productivity and create more value for themselves.